The State of the Union Address is a speech given by the President to Congress to report the condition of the country's economy, domestic and foreign policies, and their agenda. Generally, it is given once a year and is televised. They choose to give the speech publicly so that they have an opportunity to explain their goals and policies, to build support, and to create a sense of unity. Two State of the Union addresses I would like to compare are John F. Kennedy, a Democrat, from 1963, and George W. Bush, a Republican, from 2006. George Bush's State of the Union address mainly focused on securing peace by fighting the war on terror and breaking America's dependence on oil. Throughout his term, you had some successes and some failures. The war on terror was costly and long-lived. Iraq was left as an unstable country, even though it cost a lot of money and many American lives. Full energy independence was never obtained, though technology did allow for some progression. If I were to grade his speech, I would give it a B-. Though it provided a clear message that had some memorable statements, it proves more talk than action. During that time period, many people were skeptical of the Iraq War, and the speech didn't do much to help this. He did deliver the speech with confidence, which made him appear authoritative and respectable, and for that reason, I would give him a B. As per normal, the reactions of the public seemed to be mixed and pretty well divided among party lines. The VP and Speaker of the House could be seen standing and applauding, but they were also Republicans, so that's not too surprising. JFK's speech focused mainly on the economy issues and involved tax cuts. Like George W. Bush's speech, he too focused on American leadership. They both spoke about how to strengthen the American economy and how it would boost national security. He too spoke confidently and wanted unity among American people. He was successful in proposing tax cuts. However, they did not come into effect until after he died. He was successful in growing the U.S. economy and improving unemployment. If I were to grade his speech, it would be more favorable than George W. Bush's because his speech was more persuasive, optimistic, and even though his life was cut short, his policies drove a lot of positive change. Like the VP and Speaker of the House that stood behind George W. Bush, both were on the same party as the president, this time Democrats. They too stood, clapped, and were supportive. If I were to compare the two speeches, I would say George W. Bush's State of the Union was more divisive than John F. Kennedy's. Bush was given a speech in a very tense political environment because of the Iraq War, which left the parties deeply divided. Kennedy's speech was generally better received because after the Cold War, everyone could agree that economic growth was important.